Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of Whitt Sessions. What is Whitt Sessions? I'm so glad you asked. It's a pop-up Facebook Live video at a pop-up location with a surprise guest. And now it is time for me to reveal exactly who that is. Welcome to St. Timothy Community Church here at 25th and Grant Street in Gary, Indiana, where I am here with the pastor, the Reverend Dr. Ramin Jackson. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I am doing well. I want to thank you for accepting the invitation to appear on the third edition of Whitt Sessions. This is something that we just got started, so you are among the newest group of guests, and I want to say thank you.
I feel honored.
Well, good. I feel honored because you recently reached out to me, or in the summertime, back in June or so, and you are new to our community for all intents and purposes. You've been here about a year?
A year and a month.
Year and some change. Okay. Coming out of the great state of New York, as well as some time in Virginia. And we'll hear more about that in a second, but I want my viewers to know the reason that we are here is because of an announcement I pushed out earlier today to thousands that the one and only Donnie McClurkin is coming right here where we are seated in St. Timothy Community Church. So I will start with asking you a little bit about yourself and how you got to Great Gary, Indiana, and then we're going to talk more about November 1st.
Okay. All right. Well, I knew nothing about Indiana. And as far as St. Timothy, didn't know anything about St. Timothy. One of my friends who's a pastor in Kokomo, Indiana, he told me about this church in the area, and that's how we got connected. And so I sent my information and filled out the application, and here we are.
Here we are.
Here at St. Timothy Community Church. I think what's wonderful about St. Timothy Community Church is that we are a community church. And the church I came from was a family church, but it was also in the community. And so I spent a lot of time in my last parish, my last church I was at, where we looked at programs and looked at the needs of the community, and through the vehicle of the church, volunteers and support staff, were able to be of assistance to those that are in need in the community of the city of Norfolk, which, where I resided. So coming here, nothing was different, which is a different location, different area.
Same spirit of community.
Same spirit of community.
So I have to say, Pastor, wouldn't you say the people of Gary and Northwest Indiana, aren't they great?
They are. They really are. What I love about this area is that people do care about people, and you get a sense of that, particularly even through St. Timothy Community Church, that there are folks here that really have a heart for community work and volunteerism, and I think that's wonderful.
Yes, and what I think is especially important about you being here is that you are able to bring a fresh eye, a fresh perspective to the things that are happening in our community, and be sort of an unbiased resource to talk about things that are needed and things that are getting done in the community. I'm biased. I was born here, raised here, I live here, so if there's something to be said about Gary, I get mad. And so there was recently an article in Business Insider that talked about Gary, Indiana being the most miserable city in the United States. Now you're an implant. How has your experience been so far? Would you categorize this city as miserable?
I won't categorize it as, I think there's some challenges, which I think in any community has its own challenges. And when I read that myself, I was kind of taken back by it, because you have people in this community that really care and support their community. And I've traveled all over the place, and I've seen areas that are worse than Gary kind of thing. And so I think that when folks begin to look at the outside and not really looking inside, you kind of pass judgment. It's almost like reading the book, looking at the cover, and not really reading the book.
That's right.
And so I think what people do is they look at the cover of what they think they see and interpret, but not really flipping through the pages and really being involved in the community and being really sociable and relational to the people that live in the city.
Absolutely.
And I think when you do that, you begin to open your eye to see that there's more to Gary, to what folks just see or what they want to see.
Yes, and I love the way he says Gary. It's Gary, everybody. Gary, Indiana.
That's how you know I'm not from around.
That's all right. We accept you with open arms, and I want to get to the business at hand. So I have been pushing, obviously, Donnie McClurkin, but in actuality, this is a full revival service of 3 days, October 30th, 31st, and the capstone of it all would be the Donnie McClurkin concert. So I'm going to ask you to start with Wednesday, tell everybody what's going to take place and how the whole community is invited to get involved.
Sure. So first, the month of October is our Christian Education Month.
Okay.
And so we usually, in the past, have done revival and then do youth night. So this particular year, I wanted to combine things together. And so having the revival and putting all those key pieces in the revival. So we start off really with Family and Friends Day on the 27th, on that Sunday at 11 a.m. And so we invite all our family and friends, and I have people coming from Virginia, New York, that are going to be here.
Nice.
And they're excited about being here as well. That's on Sunday. Then Wednesday kicks off our revival.
Okay.
And we have coming with us is Reverend Dr. Ozzie Smith Jr., and he is from, as the flyer says, from Covenant United Church of Christ in South Holland.
South Holland, just a stone's throw from here.
Yeah, he's a very good speaker. I heard him for the first time at the United Negro College Fund.
Yes, and he's a musician as well.
He's a musician.
Oh, I can't wait. Now, what time is that?
So that's going to be at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, and then Voices of Love, which is a community choir that's made up of several churches here in Gary, and they'll be singing as well. Matter of fact, I believe I'm singing a solo.
Well,
night.
We really have to be there.
Yeah.
I've never heard you sing. I didn't know. Did you all know that Pastor Jackson can sing? Well, we'll find out, won't we?
I'll be singing one of the songs with the choir.
Well, maybe Reverend Ozzie Smith will back you up with all of his saxophone solos. If you have not heard is he Doctor too?
Doctor.
Reverend Doctor, I like to give people their titles, right? You worked hard
Work
for those
hard
titles. Reverend Dr. Ozzie Smith, if you have not heard him speak, if you have not heard him play, and if you want to hear Dr. Jackson sing, which I do, you definitely want to be here on Wednesday, October 30th at 7 p.m. 16, I'm trying to think of the address of the church. 1600 West
25th.
5th Avenue, right here, 25th and Grant. Everybody knows where St. Timothy is. Okay, then Thursday, youth of my heart. So talk to us about what we have going on Thursday, October 31st.
So sometimes in church life, we exclude our youth, and I think we're really trying to make an effort to include them into the life of the church. Well, they are the future of the church.
Yes.
And so on Thursday, we created an opportunity for youth activity night. So it's Hallelujah night. A lot of believers don't celebrate Halloween.
Right.
And so we designed Hallelujah night, which many churches do. And so but this has a little spin on it. I didn't want to focus in too much on, and it's probably bad to say this, but reading scripture and the Bible and that kind of stuff. But I really wanted the kids to have a safe haven to come and just have fun and be relational and enjoy each other. And we'll open up with prayer and scripture. But the rest of the night is going to be activities. Some of it is centered around scripture, and then some of it is just having fun.
Just good old-fashioned fun in a safe place.
Absolutely.
Makes perfect sense to me. Will there be candy?
There'll be plenty of candy.
That's bad that I asked that, isn't it?
And food. We got to have food.
Now, what time is this?
So that starts at 5:30, and of course it's open to the public as well. So the kids that they're coming, we're asking all the kids to dress up in costumes.
Okay, so they can still have that part of them that, of being a kid.
Absolutely.
In a good, safe place.
Absolutely. We just, of course, we don't want anyone to come in with
ghosts
and that kind of thing, or anything that's, what do you call it, evil.
Yeah.
So But anything positive costumes, so
They're superheroes and things like
is
that.
fine.
What if
Biblical
some of your
characters is
members
fine.
come dressed as you?
Well, that'd be interesting. It'd be two of me.
All right, sounds like a fun
Right,
night. But now, the biggie. You have to tell me what you did. Did you pull some New York strings? What did you do to get the Dottie McClurkin to come to Gary, Indiana on Friday, November 1st?
Okay. Well, I'm from New York, so I've been to his church and know some of the people there as well. I do have a cousin that is very well connected with a lot of the celebrities and stuff as well. So he gave me the contact information, and I called the manager directly, and we went from there.
That is so wonderful. So what can we expect that night? I know that we started the promotion of this back in July.
Right.
So for the record, for those of you who are watching, tickets are just about gone, but there's some left. So that's why we're doing this session, because after we sent out that last blast today, I know the ticket sales shot up, and now we're doing the See Whitt session. So this is really an effort to get the last of those tickets out there. Yeah. So you have 3 tiers. What are those tiers for tickets?
Yeah, so we have the $40, which is the general admission, and then we have the VIP seating, which is $50. And then we have the $65, which is the reception before the concert starts at $65.
Okay.
So those that want to catch a little bite to eat, socialize, and mingle, and then we'll come into the sanctuary for the concert at 7 o'clock. Now, we are sold out, actually, for offline. So offline tickets are sold out. So folks are calling the church wanting to get tickets.
Sorry, I've been sending them here.
We have to. That's fine. We still try to accommodate people. But we're referring everyone to the website now, Eventbrite, or the church's website, sttimothychurch.org, to purchase yours online. We have available tickets online.
Yes, okay.
But the offline tickets, we are sold out.
Well, that is good news. I feel like a lot of times there are, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, or what you've seen since moving here, that there are a lot of things to do in the city that people may not necessarily be aware of. And I have taken it as a personal challenge to help inform the community, and by use of venues like this and platforms like this, to talk about the importance and to get people involved in activities like this. So what does this mean to you coming into our community new to be able to do something of this magnitude?
Yeah, well, one of the things I noticed for myself coming here, it's not too much to do in Gary, right? So we have to create things.
That's right.
To happen. So this is one of the ways. So I know sometimes church we think it's just on Sunday morning and we have our worship and then we leave. But I think we ought to create other opportunities for the community to come together. And it doesn't always have to be with a religious spin on to it. I mean, I'm open to comedy and other things as well. Anything that really brings the community together in a positive light, I think it's a good thing.
Me too, Pastor. And I want to thank you for being my special guest on today's See Whitt Sessions, which is a pop-up Facebook Live conversation in a surprise location with a surprise guest. So if you're just tuning in, we are at St. Timothy Community Church in the sanctuary. This is exactly where Dottie McClurkin is going to be. I'm just so excited. I can already feel it. So, one last question. What is your favorite Dottie McClurkin song?
I have a couple of them.
Okay.
So I have We Fall Down, and I like I Stand.
Okay. Ooh. And if he does both of those, this sanctuary is going to get turned out, and I'm sure that he is. And so, again, we are asking you to visit the website, St. Timothy Gary.
sttimothychurch.org.
sttimothychurch.org, or go to eventbrite.com and keyword Dottie McClurkin in concert, because he's doing different shows. I went on and looked, but you need to click on the one in Gary, Indiana. There's still a few tickets available. I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure you check out the entire revival, October 30th, 31st, and then the capstone pinnacle, a performance by the one and only Dottie McClurkin. Thanks again, Pastor.
Thank you.
And I'll see you at Friends and Family on that Sunday, and all of this below. And I want to thank everybody for watching See Whitt Sessions. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and of course, visit the website, cwhit.biz. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, take care.